Good, happy Wednesday morning. It is Wednesday, August 17, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Wednesday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Wednesday morning, so let's get started right now. First up, President Biden signs massive climate healthcare legislation. President Joe Biden signed Democrats' landmark climate change and healthcare bill into law on Tuesday, delivering what he has called the final piece of his trade-on domestic agenda as he aims to boost his party's standing with voters less than 3 months before midterm elections. The legislation includes the most substantial federal investment in history to fight climate change, some $375 billion over the decade, and would cap prescription drug costs at $2,000 out of pocket annually for Medicare recipients. It also would help an estimated 13 million Americans pay for health care insurance by extending subsidies provided during the coronavirus. If you want to read more about that, we will share a link with you on the Riley King Network Facebook page. You can check it there. Police respond to incident at Sununu Youth Development Center in Manchester. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell saying a federal abortion ban is possible.
Access to care here could be threatened. Don Bolduc, Chuck Morse, and Kevin Smith would all vote for a nationwide abortion ban. Don't let them make abortion illegal in New Hampshire.
Steve, Monica, the scene just about clear here. Only about 1 or 2 police cars left after state police say they responded to a disturbance call around 8:30 earlier tonight. Want to get to some video of that scene from earlier outside the Sununu Youth Services Center off River Road. According to the Manchester police log, the initial call that came in is listed as a riot. However, state police are not calling it that. State police say the staff called law enforcement to assist with a, quote, unruly group of youth that were refusing to cooperate and follow instructions. After police got to the scene, they say they were able to get the situation under control and resolved. Now, state police won't tell us if anyone was hurt or how many kids were involved. We're going to continue to work to get information, and we'll bring you that information as soon as we get it both on air, online, and on our WMUR app. For now, live in Manchester tonight, Marissa Tansino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Firefighters battle brush fire in Brookline. Plan to return Wednesday. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell saying a federal abortion ban is possible.
Access to care here could be threatened. Don Bolduc, Chuck Morse, and Kevin Smith would all vote for a nationwide abortion ban. Don't let them make abortion illegal in New Hampshire.
Moderate to severe drought conditions across the southern third of the state, a factor in this brush fire in Brookline, about a half-mile into the woods near Route 13 and Old Milford Road.
We've had several going on for the last couple of weeks because of the dry conditions and the drought.
Michael Matson with New Hampshire Division of Forests and Land says this started at an illegal campsite.
I think that they probably thought it was out like many people do, but this is a good reminder that a fire is only dead out when it's wet and cold. You have to turn and feel the coals to make sure all the embers are out in those fires.
Matson says a couple of firefighters were stung by bees.
This has the potential of being very dangerous if somebody is allergic to bees and they become anaphylactic. These are the types of scenarios that, you dread.
Matson says the remote location doesn't help. The steep incline making it dangerous to get someone out of the woods. He says the flames are currently contained and a line is around it, but he says those conditions can change.
You're constantly going back, and as the sun comes over the following day, new smokes pop up, and we're fighting those as well.
Matson says controlling the fire is time and labor intensive. He expects they'll be here for at least 3 days. And Matson says multiple towns and about 30 people are expected to be there tomorrow, continually trying to put out the flames. Live in Brookline, Grace Finerman, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Five people, some armed, rob gas station in Exeter, police say. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell saying a federal abortion ban is possible.
Access to care here could be threatened. Don Bolduc, Chuck Morse, and Kevin Smith would all vote for a nationwide abortion ban. Don't let them make abortion illegal in New Hampshire.
Surveillance photos show the suspects wearing hoodies and face masks. One pictured here carrying a jug of water and a pint of Ben & Jerry's. Police say they were only in the store for about 5 minutes before running off with cash and merchandise.
There was no vehicle sitting outside the store that we are aware of, and there's evidence that leads us to believe that they made it a short way down the road.
Main Street was closed off for several hours from Cass to Lincoln Streets while police searched the area. State police also assisted with the search using a helicopter and a K-9 unit. The clerk made it out safely and wasn't hurt. Police now commending him for the way he handled things.
The clerk did exactly what he was supposed to do. He complied and he kept himself safe during that incident.
And anyone with information is asked to contact Exeter Police. Live in Exeter, Hannah Cotter, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire hospitals see uptick in births, attributed spike to COVID boom. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell saying a federal abortion ban is possible.
Access to care here could be threatened. Don Bolduc, Chuck Morse, and Kevin Smith would all vote for a nationwide abortion ban. Don't let them make abortion illegal in New Hampshire.
New Hampshire hospitals feeling the boom as delivery rooms welcome more families, with more babies being born as COVID-19 changes the landscape for many.
And I definitely think the pandemic probably has something to do with it. I think that some families that possibly put off having a baby because of work and work schedules and things like that decided that they can now, especially with, women have the capability to work from home.
Nicole Pendenza, Assistant VP of Women and Children's Services at Wentworth Douglas Hospital in Dover, says from 2019 to 2020, the hospital saw an increase of 55 births. From 2020 to 2021, that number went up 73. While the numbers may seem small, she says for the state of New Hampshire, it's a decent jump.
We've seen at Wentworth Douglas an increase in our birth volume steadily in the last 8 to 10 years. So we've been preparing for this increase, luckily, for a while.
Renee Maloney, the director for maternal child and health services at Catholic Medical Center, says while the summer is busy as it is, they too have seen a slight uptick.
A lot of people are just home more now.
Her advice to new families expecting:
do your research, and if you haven't checked or decided on where you want to have a baby, look at different places within your area and figure out what hospital best meets your needs.
Marissa Tansino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Goffstown police, man accused of shoplifting, leading police on pursuit and driving recklessly, now in custody. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell saying a federal abortion ban is possible.
Access to care here could be threatened. Don Bolduc, Chuck Morse, and Kevin Smith would all vote for a nationwide abortion ban. Don't let them make abortion illegal in New Hampshire.
Tonight, police in Goffstown say they have taken a man into custody accused of shoplifting from a grocery store and nearly hitting vehicles as he was driving away from police. Officers did chase him for a short time on North Mast Road, but called it off because he was driving so recklessly and, in fact, putting others in danger.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. Boston Children's Hospital staff reports threats prompted by misinformation about transgender PROC. Let's take a listen to that video from WBZ News.
Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell saying a federal abortion ban is possible.
Access to care here could be threatened. Don Bolduc, Chuck Morse, and Kevin Smith would all vote for a nationwide abortion ban. Don't let them make abortion illegal in New Hampshire.
And new here at 11, Boston Children's Hospital says it's being threatened right now because of lies that are spreading online. The hospital says it's being inundated with threats because of what they call misinformation about their treatment of transgender patients. They say an article online falsely claims that the hospital performs hysterectomies on minors. The age of consent for that gender-affirming procedure is actually 18. Boston Children says they're working now to protect their workers and protect their patients.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. MBTA riders question shuttle bus plan during Orange Line shutdown. Let's take a listen to that video from WCBB Boston.
So there was a virtual meeting tonight, the MBTA and the City of Boston addressing the concerns of riders. They asked questions about shuttle buses, accessibility, and if the MBTA is going to be able to pull this off in 30 days. Officials said they're confident they will.
It has been decades and decades of getting to this point of needing to have big fixes.
The City of Boston and the MBTA holding a virtual meeting tonight, helping residents navigate the Orange Line shutdown.
We really want to get this message out so that people from all, whether it's the disability community, people that speak different languages, have the information at their hands.
Earlier, the MBTA laying out their shuttle bus map, but don't expect those shuttles in Chinatown.
Not really sure how I'm going to be able to get to work.
Driving in Chinatown, the roads are pretty short.
Boston City Council President Ed Flynn, along with other leaders, sending this letter to the MBTA today requesting a shuttle bus stop in Chinatown.
It's critical that we have the buses in Chinatown taking people to where they need to go.
Flynn also says translated material and signage is a top priority for him and the mayor's office, but it needs to be a focus of the MBTA. And right now, Flynn says it's not.
What's important is making sure that our immigrant neighborhood in Chinatown is treated fairly and with respect during this process. In my opinion, it has not.
And I just don't see the support coming from the MBTA.
Malden City Councilor Amanda Linehan expressing a similar concern when we spoke to her Twitter last night.
In the most diverse area, arguably, of the state, you don't have any translated materials, you don't have an outreach plan, and really the local officials are the ones that are going to be answering to everyday residents.
So there was some information put out during that meeting tonight. Hopefully it is helpful. There's a number right now on your screen. That's the MBTA call center. If you have any questions, you can give that number a call. They also said they will be putting out accessibility information later on this week. And there's also a meeting tomorrow here in Chinatown at the Josiah Quincy Elementary School. That starts at 6 o'clock to address concerns here in this neighborhood.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Voters head to polls in Alaska and Wyoming. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
The primary showdown underway in Wyoming tonight. Congresswoman Liz Cheney, who has taken on former President Trump, helping to lead the January 6th committee. Tonight, she's in an uphill fight to try to keep her seat in the House. So what are Wyoming voters saying? Jonathan Karl with the voters there tonight.
Tonight in Wyoming, much more than a House race, a showdown between Donald Trump and the Republican willing to sacrifice her political career to bring him down. Trump has made Liz Cheney his #1 target, and in the state where he beat Biden more than any other, nearly 44%, Republican voters seem to be heeding his call.
She thought that she knew what was right for Wyoming residents. Sorry, Wyoming residents know what's right for Wyoming residents.
Why did you not vote for Liz Cheney?
Because I did not feel that she represented the Republican Party. She took off on her own.
Did you vote for Liz Cheney in the past?
I have.
But not now?
No, I knew the Cheneys, not now.
Why?
Because I don't think she represented me or our party.
Cheney has known for a long time that her stand against Trump would likely cause her to lose her seat in Congress. But she says standing by the truth is more important.
Tonight, I say this to my Republican colleagues who are defending the indefensible. There will come a day when Donald Trump is gone, but your dishonor will remain.
The people of Wyoming are going to tell her, Liz, you're fired. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Trump endorsed Cheney's rival, Harriet Hageman, instantly making her the frontrunner.
We're fed up with the January 6th Commission and those people who think that they can gaslight us.
Liz Cheney has long been a conservative Republican. She voted with Trump more than 90% of the time. But now she worries for the future of her party.
Can the Republican Party survive in the way you've known it if Donald Trump is again chosen?
It can't survive if he's our nominee.
No.
I think that he can't be the party nominee, and I don't think the party would survive that.
John Karl with us tonight from Jackson Hole, Wyoming. John, you've interviewed Liz Cheney several times along the way. She knows the reality here, what she faces tonight, but she's also signaled that she's not going away.
David, I expect that if she loses, as most people expect she will here in Wyoming, that she will make it crystal clear in her speech tonight that her time in Congress may be over, but she will still take this fight to Donald Trump. In many ways, the battle just enters a new phase, which could include running for president herself in 2024.
Well, we'll see on that front. John, of course, it's not just Liz Cheney we're watching tonight. We're also following the primaries in Alaska. You've got Senator Lisa Murkowski, who voted to convict Donald Trump in his second impeachment trial. And then there's Sarah Palin, who's now running for Congress with the former president's support.
As for Murkowski, she has a much better chance of surviving, largely because of how those primaries are run in Alaska. And Sarah Palin, if she wins, advances to the general election, it will really be because of one reason and one reason only, and that is because she had Donald Trump's endorsement.
Jonathan Karl watching it all for us from Wyoming tonight, John. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. That does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, everyone, and goodbye.